Welcome to the Break Orders podcast. We got a special guest today. He's my coach at the Hoop Group camp. We got Coach Hopla. How you doing?
I'm doing great this morning. And yourself?
Doing well. We're doing well. All right. So Dave Hopla, obviously, you're a great shooting coach. How did that come about? And you have any records shooting?
I have some of my own personal records, and then I've made 1,234 free throws in a row. That's my personal best. And then I got 1 ball, 1 passer, 1 minute. I made 27 free throws, and then 1 ball, 1 passer, 1 minute. Made 18 NBA threes in a row, and then I have my streaks for, like I said, high school threes. I've made 212 of them in a row. College threes, I made 98 NBA threes, and then college, they've just moved the line, so I haven't really worked on that. But the old college one, I had 112 of them in a row. So every day I go to gym, I challenge myself and so forth. So. And then as far as getting into becoming a shooting coach, I played overseas for a number of years, and then I came back and I coached at a junior college, and we shot the ball fairly well. And during that time, colleges and agents wanted me to work with players. And then I said, I can make this a go. And I started, Dave Hopla shooting camps, but took a long while to crack into the NBA. I didn't get into the NBA until I was 46 years old. So, and from that point on, I've been with the Raptors. I went from the Raptors to the Wizards to the Knicks. And the last team I was with was the Detroit Pistons.
Nice. How did you develop your routine?
When I was a kid, I went to basketball camp, and 3 people, had a big influence on my lives without them even knowing it. George Lehman, Hank Slider, rest in peace, and Herb McGee. And as a kid, sitting there watching these guys shoot the ball and make shot after shot, it really left a impression on me. And this is going back, before there was the internet, and videos, and all that stuff. So I had to really pay attention to every little detail that they did. And all 3 of them, started out with, one hand form shooting. Then they added the balance hand, and, all 3 of them made shot after shot after shot. So I said, there's something to this. And I went home and tried to replicate exactly what they did. And I started charting my shots because a coach told me, you needed to keep track of your shots to see yourself improve. And I started, doing that as well. And I saw myself getting better. And to this day, I still chart my shots.
Nice. When you go to these camps, I feel like it's so great that you shoot the ball while you speak, while you talk. Is that hard for you?
No, I've been doing it so long now. It's like second nature. I mean, everyone says, "Oh, you got to be in such great shape." But it's just like anything else, if you've been doing it for a while, and like I said, 35 years now, I've been, doing camps and clinics. And last year, due to the pandemic, I didn't speak in any camps, but thankfully this year, camps started getting back on track. So I was back at it again this year, and realized how much I had missed it, having that year, just doing workouts and stuff. I hadn't done any camps, but it was really nice to get back into the gym. And I think the kids really look forward to getting back and, playing and just being around other people and actually seeing somebody speak in live instead of, doing like a Zoom call or a Zoom class, So I think they were happy to see a live person in real time.
Nice. Let's go. Take me back on how the journey started. Obviously, you're a local boy from Keyport, New Jersey.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I grew up in Keyport till the 8th grade. After 8th grade, I moved to Baltimore, Maryland. And then, I was back in Keyport, small town, exit 117, Garden State Parkway. I played, baseball, basketball, football, whatever was in season. And like as a young kid, baseball was my favorite sport. Like I said, Willie Mays, my favorite athlete of all time. And then I moved to Baltimore and I moved into the city, and everyone was just always at the basketball court. So I started going to the courts, and then I got a YMCA membership. And basketball is a game where you can really get better on your own if you know what to practice. It's really tough to become a better baseball player by yourself. I mean, you can throw the ball against the wall, or throw it up in the air and hit it, but it's really tough to replicate anything you're doing, game wise. So I fell in love with the game of basketball because I didn't have a lot of friends being a new kid in the neighborhood. So I just spent a lot of time, honing my skills, doing pistol Pete Maravich ball handling drills. A guy by the name of Dana Cunningham gave me a mimeographed sheet of that. And he was a Division III player at Frostburg State, but he took a big interest in me, took me under his wing. And once I perfected a drill, I couldn't wait to show him that, I had mastered the drill and so forth. And give me some more, give me some more. So there's always something to improve on in basketball. So I did that. So when I was in Baltimore now, I'm going into high school, or I thought I was going to high school, but down there you go to junior high. So the ninth grade, I was at Holabird Junior High School. There's no freshman team. So I just played in the recreation league and played in the league at the YMCA. And when I got to high school, I made the junior varsity team. I played 10 minutes the whole year. And then my junior year, I got cut going out for varsity. It was the biggest disappointment in my life. I'd never worked so hard for something all my life. But the varsity coach said, well, you didn't get a lot of experience. You need, some more time. And if you do well, we'll move you up and all that, which never happened. But so I played JV as a junior, and I say it seriously. If you're on JV as a junior, you're not very good. It's probably against the law in 32 states and stuff. But by the time I was a senior, I was the best player in the area. I made third team All Metro, and I just kept working. I didn't quit. I didn't transfer. I just worked harder and harder. And now that I look back at it, I told the coach, Joel Bailey, I said, it's probably the best thing that ever happened for me because, I continued to keep working hard. So that was my high school. And then, I didn't have any offers to go to college. I ended up going to a junior college in Baltimore, Dundalk Community College. And from there, I went to school out in Nebraska, Shadron State. It does exist. It really is a college. And then from there, I went overseas. I went to South America first and then overseas for 8 years. And then, like I said, finally got an opportunity in the NBA, with the Toronto Raptors, when I was 46.
Yes, I remember you.
Actually, 48. Sorry, 48. I was 46 when I got married. 48 when I got into the NBA. So.
Nice. I remember you said you played for the Baltimore Lightning. G League.
Yeah, it was. Well, I didn't really play for him. The team folded before we played. Henry Bibby was the coach. That was the end of my career overseas. So the Baltimore Lightning were very good memory. The Baltimore Lightning were a CBA team. This is before the G League and the D League and everything. And they were a local team in Baltimore. And Henry Bibby was the coach. And his assistant was Rodney Norris. And Rodney Norris was actually happened to be a nephew of Gene Shue. And they're like, Dave, why don't you try out for the Baltimore Lightning? You're a local kid. Maybe you can bring some people to the game. I said, what are you going to get? I'll get 20 fans coming for follow me, family and friends. And they're like, that's a lot of people for a CBA game. But so, yes, I tried out with the Lightning, and I'll never forget. It was the evening I got to call Monday Night Football. It was when Joe Theismann, Lawrence Taylor broke Joe Theismann's leg on Monday Night Football. And I'm sitting here sick to my stomach, watching that. I get a phone call from Coach Bibby, and he goes, I got some good news and I got some bad news. And I said, Coach, give me some good news. I just saw a horrific, injury. And he goes, well, the good news is you're still with the team. I said, that's great. What's the bad news? He goes, we're moving to Rockford, Illinois, and I was like, I can't leave Baltimore. The checks were bouncing more than the basketball. And I was staying at my mom's house, so she wasn't like killing me about, rent money and everything. And then I was devastated when that happened. It was too late for me to go overseas. And I'm like, I'm 32. What am I going to do with myself? And where's my career going to take me now? And my friend Joe Bucci was coaching at Dundalk Community College. And he called me and he says, why don't you coach? Why don't you coach? He kept pestering me. I'm like, I'm not a coach. I'm a player. I'm a player. Finally, I said, look, I'll volunteer my services and, we'll go from there. I said, but don't count on me, showing up every day. And I went in and I've been in the gym coaching every day since. So, and love every minute of it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So let's talk about, since you mentioned the NBA, talk about the Raptors. Obviously, your first year, you guys lost to my Nets in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was it. It was a great year. And I didn't get hired at the beginning of the season. I actually got hired right after Thanksgiving. The Raptors were one of the worst shooting teams in the league from everywhere, free throw line, three-pointer, mid-range. And I got up there and we turned the season around. Coach Mitchell was coach of the year. It was Andrea Bargnani's rookie year. And so anyway, we ended up winning the Atlantic Division that year. Somebody had to win. It was so bad. I think we were 42-40 and won the division. And we ended up playing the Nets in the first round. And I really believe we would have beat the Nets if we wouldn't have had Jorge Garbajosa got hurt right against Boston at the end of the season. And he brought some physical toughness. And I thought, if we would have had him, we might have got by the Nets. But the Nets beat us in the first round of the playoffs. That's back, when Jason Kidd was there and so forth. So, but it was a real excitement. I mean, Toronto loved basketball, and I probably would have never left there if my wife could have worked out of Canada, but she couldn't work. And it was like, you talk about, three major things in your life happening at the same time. Here I finally get in the NBA. We're having a house built in Maine, and we just had a baby. It was like the perfect storm. But we navigated that, and after waiting so long to get NBA, so I'm not going to be an absentee father. Because I know I grew up. My dad left when I was a little kid, and I said if I ever become a dad, I'm going to be the best father possible. So, like my wife and daughter, they would come up once a month when I was in Toronto, and I just couldn't, go through that again. And my wife couldn't work out of Canada. So it just worked out. I ended up going down with the Wizards next after that. And, they were able to come to Baltimore area. We lived in actually Alexandria. So it was nice, had to go into school in Baltimore, had some relatives close by and everything. So it was a great situation there. And then from there, went to the Knicks, and my experience with the Knicks was great because the first year there, we won 54 games. We weren't expected to do anything. Melo led the league in scoring, and JR was sixth man of the year. And it was just great going into the Garden. The energy, the excitement in the city. It was a great season.
You guys had like an older team, though.
We were all old heads. Our rookies were actually Pablo Prigioni, who was 32, and Chris Copeland was 28. They were our rookies. I mean, we had veterans. We had Kurt Thomas, Rasheed Wallace, Tyson Chandler. We had Marcus Camby. Jason Kidd was 40 years old as our point guard. Kenyon Martin, Amari Stoudemire. We had all the old heads, and I used to always joke around, like when we go through walkthrough before the game, I'm like, what are we going to show these guys that they haven't seen before? And they were a great group of guys. I mean, it was. They were professional in every word, every sense of the word.
I remember you guys led the league in the three ball.
Yeah, what's funny, that thing's not even in the top 100 now, and that was what was that 7-8 years ago, and it's like the league has become a three ball craze now. I mean, everyone jacks up threes. I mean, you got Brooke Lopez firing threes, Daniel Tice shooting threes. I just saw a video where Dwight Howard was in the gym shooting threes. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good, But he's making it feel like, But even blind squirrel finds an acorn every now and then, So
that's funny. I remember it was a great season. I remember Steve Novak was in the 3-point contest that year.
Yes, yeah, Novocaine. Yeah, yeah.
And then James White. I don't know if you remember James
White. I just saw him. I was out in summer league this past year, and I ran into James, and I actually was watching them win in the Big Three. They won the Big Three. James was, I'll tell you, talk about a professional. I mean, every day he came, was ready to go to work. And I remember lots of times we had him in the starting lineup, and then all of a sudden, guy said, I think I can go. And he was, scratched at like the last minute. And, he never moped around or anything, always had a great attitude. But that's what professionals do. When your time is ready, you got to perform. And, you can't be moping and everything. And like I said, all of our guys were that way. I mean, Chris Copeland came from nowhere and ended up starting a playoff game for us, and he was always ready, always prepared, always put in the extra work and extra time at the at the practice facility.
Let's talk about, great point. Let's talk about great professionals too. You got Jose Calderon, obviously great free throw shooter, learn from the best. And
yeah, Jose, when I was in Toronto, we were like Team Euro. We had a bunch of Europeans. I mean, even Anthony Parker, even though he's a U.S. player, he had played overseas for a number of years. Then we had Andre Bargnani, Garbajosa, Euro Slokar, Pop Sal. We had Jose Calderon, Rasho Nesterovich. We had a great group of guys, but Jose was just an unbelievable teammate. And, he was our backup that year. TJ Ford was starting, and TJ got hurt. He hurt his ankle, and Jose went right in, and he was playing really, really well at a high level. And, TJ's worried, like, man, I got to come back, man. Jose's going to take my starting spot. And, like, he's trying to come back a little too soon. And Jose's like, amigo, you come back when you want. I go back to the bench. All I want to do is win, man. All I want to do is win. So, Jose was fantastic guy, and he's working in the NBA offices now, and he had a great career. But they loved him. They loved him up in Canada. I mean, they loved the Raptors. I mean, it's a great atmosphere, great city. I love my time there. If my wife could have worked out of there, I would have never left Toronto.
That's awesome. Obviously, we have some great things that we have in common. His birthday's coming up Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'll have to make sure I send him a happy birthday. Maybe I'll sing to him. I can sing a little Spanish birthday song. Estas son las mañanitas que cantaba el rey David, y a las muchachas bonitas será así. That's supposed to be an old Spanish birthday song. So I'll make sure I sing that to him.
Yeah, the reason I know that because we have the same birthday, September 28th.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday to you too. Coming up there. How old are you going to be, if you don't mind me asking?
21.
Oh, young guy.
Yeah. So these are two things that we have in common. Same birthday and a great free throw shooter. I'm the 3-time Super League free throw shooter. So you can ask James for confirmation. I was always the best free throw shooter.
All right. I'll check that out. Check it out. That's great.
You gotta tell him G Love though.
G Love, okay.
G-Love. The reason how I got that is my favorite player is Kevin Love, and I had to always wear a Kevin Love jersey to basketball practice. So it's shooting crazy with the threes, and it's always going in. It's like, oh, Georgie Love, G Love, Kevin Love, G Love.
It's amazing, people don't realize, he won the 3-point competition in 1 year, Yeah. So, and he's his middle name is Wesley. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
You know why his middle name's Wesley?
Why is that?
Because his dad played with Wes Unseld, and who threw the outlet pass? Wes Unseld. Who throws an outlet pass like Wes Unseld now? Nobody but Kevin Love, man. Yeah. I'm full of useless information.
Yes. Yeah. All right, so let's go to some quick fire, and then we'll wrap it up with some final thoughts. That's cool with you.
That sounds great with me.
Cool. What about favorite overseas team? they
My
played on?
favorite, my favorite overseas team I played on was
Yeah.
Team Corona. Actually, I was with the same team every year in Belfast, but the sponsorship changed. Like one year we were Shandy, one year we were Team Corona, and so forth. So whatever the sponsorship, people go when they look at like the old scrapbooks and pictures in my office, they're like, "I thought you said you were with the same team." I said, "I am, but the sponsorship changed." So as a matter of fact, I still stay in touch with all my teammates. Great bunch of guys.
So I thought Melver said they played in Greece. I was gonna say, oh, you played for Panathinaikos, my team.
Yeah, no, I didn't never played in Greece. I would have loved to. They got some passionate fans over there.
Yeah, of course, I know John, so I played with him in Greece.
Uh-huh.
Great atmosphere,
Yeah.
great teams, and the Panathinaikos youth team, and we were just killing them, and they were just like, oh, win or lose, if doesn't matter if a guy scores 30, it doesn't matter, only if you win the game that matters.
Right.
They have a great
Yeah.
mentality there.
Right.
Favorite snack?
My favorite snack, I would have to say grapes.
Nice. Yeah.
I like grapes, either green or the purple ones, but seedless. I like the seedless grapes.
I do grapes with cheese and Triscuit.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Little feta cheese there, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
Nice. You're rocking blue today. I love it.
Yeah. I am rocking the blue and orange today. Little blue and orange, but not New York blue and orange. A little bit more. This is more like Miami Dolphin color, more like a teal.
Yeah. Favorite sports team?
My favorite sports team, like I said, baseball, the San Francisco Giants, football. The New York Jets, and then basketball, whoever hires me.
Nice. About hockey, a hockey fan?
Yeah, I like hockey. I don't really have a favorite hockey team though.
Maybe Devils. You're from New Jersey.
Yeah, but I don't really have a favorite hockey team. I enjoy watching hockey live. I can't watch it on TV, but live, there's nothing like it.
That's pretty.
And don't even ask me soccer. I couldn't even tell you a soccer team, so I wouldn't even know a soccer team. So.
It's unfortunate, the Jets. My friend Greg is a big Jet fan. So
man, it's just the best time of the year to be a Jets fan is the off season, because you always talk about how good they're going to be, and then after the first 2 weeks, they're not going to be any good. I think you could put them and the Giants together, and you might have a 500 team. They should combine the two squads.
Yeah. Since you mentioned it, what do you think of Zach Wilson?
Well, he's young. He's got, I think he might be colorblind. He's thrown at an opposite jersey. I think they should get his eyes checked maybe, but hopefully he'll turn it around. But it doesn't look too good at this time.
It looked like you guys get rid of Donald too soon. 3-0.
Yeah, right. He's got it going on. But it's funny. I mean, every quarterback is always the next this guy, the next that guy. I mean, they've been through, going back with Sanchez. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just like I said, being a Jets fan it's tough. So.
Nice. All right. Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? Does that be present or of all time?
All right. Since you mentioned, give me both.
Okay. I loved Seinfeld. I was a big Seinfeld guy. And now, I like watching, like CSN or, Special Units Victims, all of those, like either that, like I said, CSN, what's it? I watch it with this SUV or whatever it is, things, any of those like that, watch them, and then I got into, some binge watching. Like I really enjoyed like Better Call Saul, Breaking Bad, Ozark, and Sons of Anarchy, those series. I enjoyed them.
got a favorite celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush. I'd have to say. Let's see. Celebrity crush. Well, there's a not crazy over any, but I mean, like my crush, I guess, of all time. When I was a kid growing up, it was I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara Eden, you know. So, and now I guess now would be probably, Jennifer Aniston, I guess,
Nice. Yeah, I'm a big Friends fan, so it was
Yeah, that was
top
that
of my
was a
list.
that was good. I enjoyed that, and not as much as Seinfeld. I mean, I still like, but they had didn't they just have a big Friends reunion or something?
I was just gonna ask you that. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it.
It was great.
Yeah,
Great show. You gotta
yeah.
watch it.
I'll have
And
to.
that and the iCarly reunion. I know you don't like. I know it's like
Now,
that's your
now,
time.
iCarly. It's funny you mentioned iCarly. I used to watch that all the time with my daughter.
It's never a reunion. Check it out. Paramount
I'll
Plus.
have to. You know what? She'll probably like that too. My daughter's 16 now, but we used to watch that all the time. We used to watch iCarly, the one with Ariana Grande. What was that one?
Glorious.
Yeah, Victorious, and then there was the one with
Drake and
where
Josh.
they went. Yeah, we watched that, and we used to watch the one with all those kids that went to school together.
Zoe 101.
Yeah, Zoe, and yeah, we used to watch all of those with her. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. I just hope that everyone we get that we end this whole pandemic thing. That would be like the biggest thing, and that we get a hold on this vaccine, and we just get an end to this this whole pandemic. And I really feel bad for the kids going through this, not being able to go to school full time, not being able to participate in sports, and just I just hope the whole world recovers from it, and everyone's safe and healthy, and then we could just get back to some sort of a normal life. And the other thing that I pray for all the time is, there's so many, school shootings and all of this stuff, and I just, it used to be a safe haven. You went to school. Now you go to school, you got to go through, it's like going at the airport. You got to go through metal detectors and everything. And I just feel bad for the kids, growing up in this day and age, and also for the parents. I mean, every day my daughter goes to school, I give her a big hug, and big kiss, and tell her I'll see her when she gets home, and pray that she gets home and stuff. And but it's different times we live in, But I just pray that we get ourselves together and in the right direction.
Of course. Thank you again for coming on the show. It means a
I
lot.
No, I appreciate you having on me there, G Love. I appreciate it. And you keep stroking that thing.
Thank you.
Well, now what's your personal best at the free throw line?
Like I would say like 90%.
All right, that's great. He's better than 90% of the guys in the NBA.
I hope so. I hope so.
That's it. So,
Do you have where can people find you? Have Instagram, Twitter?
my email is dhopla99@gmail.com. Also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and that's about it.
Nice. Yeah. Go leave Coach Hopla a file, definitely. I have the link to the email down below. Make sure you reach out to him if you have any questions. And thank you for coming on as always, and we'll see you in the splash.
That sounds great. Thanks for having me. Have a great day and a wonderful weekend.
You too.
Take care.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.